Welcome to Warhammer Demons, the show that takes an in-depth look at the many units available to the demon player in the Warhammer Fantasy Battle game. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at the Great Unclean One, the Greater Demon of Nurgle. He stands before you. Again, with the other Greater Demons, this is the older model that came out back in '94, $15 in a blister pack. Back then, he would have cost you 750 points to field. He was a level 4 sorcerer, came with the Stream of Corruption power. Movement was only 4, weapon skill 7, strength 7, toughness 8, 10 wounds, initiative of 4, 7 attacks, leadership of 10. Nowadays, this guy here, stock is 450 points. They've bumped his movement up to 6, the weapon skill is only 4, strength 6, toughness 6, 10 wounds, initiative 4, 4 attacks, and leadership 9. Now those attacks are poisoned, and he comes as a level 1 wizard. He's also, unlike the other greater demons, this guy's equipped with a flail. So he's going to be strength 8 the first turn of combat. He does have options. You can bump up his spellcasting ability. You can make him a level 2 wizard for 35 points, level 3 for 85 points, or level 4 for 120 points. So for 670 points, you can fully deck this guy out as a level 4 wizard and give him the 100 points of gifts, which we're going to discuss now. Like the other greater demons, you can further customize him by selecting from a list of demonic gifts that are available to him. At the top of that list is the Bale Sword. Now for 75 points, what that does is it makes him auto wound on all hits, and unsaved wounds are going to cause D6 wounds instead of just 1 wound. For 50 points, you can give him an ability called Nurgling Infestation. At the start of each magic phase, not just his magic phase, but each magic phase, you roll a d6. If you roll a 2 through a 6, you get to add 1 Nurgling base to a unit of Nurglings within 6 inches. So if you got some Nurglings in your army, you might want to think about that because it's during each magic phase. You can keep replenishing Nurglings as they die, or just make a big huge unit as it moves across the table. For 50 points, there's the Staff of Nurgle. That's a bound spell, power level of 3, and it allows you to cast the Rancid Visitation spell. That's a magic missile, 24-inch range. It causes D6 strength 5 hits. And then the victim must take a toughness test. If that is failed, you repeat D6 strength 5 hits, and you keep doing that until they successfully make a toughness test. 50 points is the Trappings of Nurgle. It gives him a 4+ armor save and the regeneration ability. 25 points, Noxious Vapors. Enemy models in base-to-base contact are going to lose always strike first, and then they are going to always strike last. 25 points, Pestilent Mucus. When he suffers a wound, all enemy models in base-to-base contact must pass a toughness test or suffer a wound with no armor saves allowed. Nurgle's Rot. That's 25 points. Enemy models in base-to-base contact suffer a wound on a 6, and you roll for that at the beginning of each magic phase. So you roll, there's a 6 for each model, you make a roll. They'll take a wound, and there's no armor save on that. Then for 25 points, there's Soul Hunger. We've heard about that one with the Bloodthirster. It allows you to re-roll failed wounds the first round of hand-to-hand combat. 25 points, Stream of Bile. That is a strength 4 breath weapon. 10 points, lastly, the Slime Trail. Enemy models that are attacking the flank or rear are going to gain no bonus for doing so. Some of the builds that are available to this guy, with the way he's set up, he comes with the flail, he's sort of already geared slightly towards close combat in my opinion. He's going to stick around. He's got 10 wounds. That being said, I like to give him the Trappings of Nurgle. It's going to give him a 4+ armor save. He's already got the ward save, plus regeneration on top of that. With 10 wounds, this guy is not going to go anywhere if you give him that. The thing with making him a combat build is the Nurgle spells aren't really geared towards being cast in close combat. There's really only one that you're going to get a benefit from. Luckily, that's the first spell that's the default spell that you can always choose to take, Miasma of Pestilence. If you cast that, it's only got a 3 casting value. Until the start of the caster's next magic phase, all enemy models in base-to-base contact reduce their stats, their weapon skill, their strength, their toughness, initiative, and attacks all become 1. So that's even going to help him out even more in close combat. Another spell that's pretty interesting is the highest number spell. That's Plague Wind. Casting cost, I believe, is 13 on that. Enemy unit within 18 inches. Every model in the unit's going to have to take a toughness test. And if they fail it, they take a wound, no armor saved. For every 3 wounds caused by that spell, you put a Nurgling base into play. So that, again, helps you get some Nurglings out there. I like to give this guy Trappings of Nurgle, as I already said. Nurgle's Rot and Stream of Bile. Might not be the most effective thing, but I'm a bit nostalgic, and my model's got this big mouth in his belly here. I like to just imagine the Stream of Bile getting vomited out of that thing as he's wandering across the table. Remember, you can march move and still use your breath weapon. I know once he gets stuck into combat, he's not going to be able to use it anymore then. Another thing with these guys, and for all your models, I like to give mine names. If it's a character level model or higher, I'm going to be naming it, and these guys can be really fun to name. You think of good Nurgly type names like Pus Belly, Fester Pimple, and neat things like that. I think it just brings a whole new dimension to your games, personalizes it more. So on that note, it's the Great Unclean One of Nurgle. Hopefully you get to see field some of these guys or get to do battle with them. They're a lot of fun. And up next, in the next episode of Warhammer Demons, we're going to be talking about the Keeper of Secrets, the Slaanesh Greater Demon, the last one that we haven't talked about yet. So, till then, take care. Thanks for viewing.